Good morning. Good morning. I hope everything is going well with you in the Lord. His strength is wondrous. These ordinary Sundays sometimes can be a challenge. This 19th Sunday in Ordinary Time, first reading from Wisdom, chapter 18, verses 6 to 9. The Hebrew people had sworn their commitment to God because they had the faith that God will never let them down. Quoting from that reading, your people awaited the salvation of the just and the destruction of their foes. And from Psalm 33, bless the people the Lord has chosen to be his own. The Lord is our help and our shield. May your kindness, O Lord, be upon us who have put our hope in you. Then in the third reading, Luke chapter 12, verses 32 to 48. In this gospel, Jesus is calling upon his people to enthusiastically prepare themselves to be called to judgment by acting in a way that is pleasing to God, our Lord and Master. For those who do so, they will be rewarded. Those who do not, they will be punished. Jesus also makes it clear that there will be a proportionality. To the degree that we do not serve God's will, we will to that degree be punished. Finally, Jesus says, much will be required of the person entrusted with much, and still more will be demanded of the person entrusted with more. In other words, those who have received more graces from the Lord, more will be expected of them. In the second reading, Hebrews chapter 11, verses 1 to 2, and then 8 to 19. Believing that something is true because we put our trust in someone, God, who says and knows that it is true, but not seeing or finding from our own investigation that it is true, is faith. Abraham believed the promise that God made to him, that from Abraham there was to be God's own people who were to be given their own homeland. Abraham entrusted his future into the hands of God without having any evidence or proof that he had outside of the fact that God said it. Seeing is not so much believing as it is knowing, because we see for ourselves, and we ourselves have the truth. Faith is not knowing, but trusting that someone else knows. Believing means that we don't see or know the truth firsthand, yet believe because we surrender our judgment into the hands of the one in whom we entrust our belief, that they have given to us the knowledge of the truth, a knowledge that we did not have on our own. Faith requires that we surrender the judgment of what is true to the one in whom we entrust ourselves. God knows firsthand, but we do not. We trust that God is passing on to us the truth that God himself knows. Living each day, trusting in God, leads us to become people of a deeper and deeper faith in God, because he shows us his infinite faithfulness all the way to our heavenly home. He is an ever faithful Father. At times, he allows our faith to be challenged, as he did with Abraham in the case of his son Isaac. But the challenges will help us to be ever more trusting in the Lord, as he enables us to work through those challenges. Isaac spared life was a symbol or sign to Abraham that God never fails those who entrust themselves to him. Trusting is learning things as like an infant who entrusts himself herself to the hands of his mom or dad.